Students, let us do one problem on finding the Fourier transform of the functions. Okay, here the given problem: find the Fourier transform of f of x defined by f of x is equal to 1 minus x square when mod x less than or equal to 1 and 0, that's mod x greater than 1. Here remember, what is mod x less than or equal to 1 means, here f of x is equal to 1 minus x square for mod x less than or equal to 1. Okay, that is minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. Here mod x greater than 1 means, here that is apart from minus 1 to 1 for the remaining intervals, like here
minus infinity to minus 1 and 1 to infinity, that is minus infinity to minus 1 and 1 to infinity.
That is mod x greater than 1. Okay, so mod x less than or equal to 1 means minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. That is for x values between minus 1 and 1. Okay, mod x less than or equal to 1 means. Okay, so this is the given function, and asking to find the Fourier transform of this. And again here, hence evaluate. Here again two more problems are given, and asking to evaluate the first one, integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x by x cube into cos x by 2 dx. Asking to find the what is the value of this. And again one more here, second one, integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x by x cube into dx. Okay, from the definition we already have capital f of x is equal to minus integral minus infinity to infinity e power ipx f of x dx. This is the formula for the Fourier transform of f of x we have. Okay, and now from the given problem we already know that, okay, from the given problem already we know that the f of x from minus 1 to 1 is 1 minus x square, and minus infinity to 1 and 1 to infinity is 0. Okay, so now split this interval minus infinity to infinity into three parts, like minus infinity to 1 and minus infinity to minus 1, minus 1 to 1 and 1 to infinity. Okay, so now as you know that already from the given problem, minus infinity to minus 1 and 1 to infinity, what is f of x is 0. Okay, I put 0 and 0 for this, and minus 1 to 1, the f of x is 1 minus x square. I just substituted here. Okay, I taken 1 minus x square here. Now these two are zeros. Now let us take this. So that is minus 1 to 1, 1 minus x square into e power ipx dx. Now integrating by parts. Okay, we do the integrating by parts here by using this shortcut here for the integrating by parts. Whenever the u in the algebraic form like this, x square, x cube, 1 minus x square, or 2 minus x square, or 2 minus x cube, in algebraic form the u is there, then we follow this shortcut. First we keep differentiating this u, that is 1 minus x square, the algebraic function, until it gets 0. Okay, so 1 minus x square derivative minus 2x, the derivative of this is minus 2, derivative of constant as you know is 0. And now keep integrating the v here. Okay, e power ipx, first write as it is e power ipx, and then you have to integrate here. E power ipx integration is e power ipx by ip. Next again integrate this, e power ipx by ip whole square, and again integrate this, e power ipx by ip whole cube. So there, now we do the cross multiplication here. First we place 1 minus x square into this, minus 2x into this, plus minus 2 into this one. Okay, so that's what here I just written here. You can see here 1 minus x square into e power ipx by ip minus 2x into e power ipx by ip whole square plus minus 2 into e power ipx by ip whole cube. So this is the integrating by parts, and the limits are from minus 1 to 1. Now we can have here this one, 1 minus x square into e power ipx by ip plus, here ip whole square means I square I will get, that is minus 1. Okay, I square is minus 1, and now 2x into e power ipx by minus p square plus, here I cube I got here actually, so I square into I, I square minus 1, so minus minus plus 2 into e power ipx by ip whole cube from the limits minus 1 to 1. Now apply the limits now here, upper and the lower limits in this. So, okay, take the first upper limit in place of x. 1 minus 1, 0. So this is 0. Now here come to this 2 into 1. Okay, this minus is there. Minus 2 by p square into e power ip. And next in this upper limit 2 into e power ip by ip cube. Okay, minus of the lower limit minus 1 in place of x. If I put here again 0, this term 0, and in this minus 2 e power minus ip by minus p square plus 2 into e power minus ip by ip cube. Okay, so these are the terms here. Now simplifying this, take this one and this, and take this one and this. So what is the common? I am taking the minus 2 by p square from these two. Minus 2 by p square into e power ip plus e power minus ip plus, and next from these two I am taking the 2 by ip cube common, e power ip minus e power minus ip. Okay, now since you know that what is the e power I theta here, since we know that one e power I theta is what? E power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta, and e power minus I theta is cos theta minus I sin theta. Okay, so similarly e power ip also we can write like that. E power ip is cos p plus I sin p, e power minus ip is cos p minus I sin p. Now if I add these both, what happens? If I add this both, I will get 2 cos t. So that here 2 cos p I will get. So 2 into 2, 4 minus 4 cos p, and if I subtract these two, what I will get? 2i. Okay, this one, this one. If I subtract these two, I will get 2i sin theta. So there are 2 into 2, 4i sin p here by ip cube. I you can cancel. And now what I'll get here? We take the minus 4 by p cube common. Minus 4 by p cube, that is p into cos p minus sin p. So this is the Fourier transform of the given function. Okay, that is minus 4 by p cube into p cos p minus sin p, which is the Fourier transform of f of x. That is the given function. Now the problem is not over. That one here, this is the second part. Now for that, again, whenever in these problems asking to evaluate some integrals, some integration is given, then you have to think, we have to use the inverse Fourier transform formula. Okay, in the evaluation of any some integrals in this type of problems, remember we have to use inverse Fourier transform formula. Okay, now by inversion formula, we have f of x is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity capital F of p into e power minus ipx dp. Okay, this is the inversion formula we have. Okay, so now what is capital F of p here? This is what we got here. This is capital F of p. That is the Fourier transform of the given function. Okay, now applying this. So that's capital F of p is already we just found 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity minus 4 by p cube p cos p minus sin p into e power minus ipx dp is equal to, what is the f of x is here? This is the given function 1 minus x square mod x less than or equal to 0 mod x greater than 1. Let this equation 1. Now in order to evaluate what they are asking to evaluate in the problem, okay, the first one. So for that, in order to get, we are putting x is equal to 1 by 2 in 1. We will get here minus 2 by pi integral minus infinity to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube into e power minus ip by 2 into dp is equal to, and since x is equal to 1 by 2, which lies between minus 1 and 1, that is for x values from minus 1 to 1, what is f of x is 1 minus x square. Okay, so therefore we will consider the f of x as 1 minus x square, since I am putting x is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore 1 minus x square, put 1 x is equal to 1 by 2 in this, so that is 1 minus 1 by 4 is equal to 3 by 4. So now from the previous step we will have that minus 2 by pi, I am taking to the right side, so there I will get here minus 3 pi by 8 and minus infinity to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube. Sorry, the e power minus ip by 2 can be written as cos p by 2 minus I sin p by 2. Okay, cos p by 2 minus I sin p by 2 into dp is equal to minus 3 pi by 8. So this formula I used actually here. Okay, now equating the real parts on both sides, now you can equate real part means cos p by 2 into p cos p minus sin p by p cube is the real part, and here the real part is minus 3 pi by 8. Equating the real part now, we get here like this: integral minus infinity to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube into cos p by 2 dp is equal to minus 3 pi by 8. Now you can observe one more thing here, and since the integrand here is an even function, okay, that means if I consider this as f of p, if I put in place of p minus p, again I will get that f of p again. Okay, you can observe that if I put here the p, yeah, minus p cos of minus theta is plus only cos p, and here sin of minus theta is plus minus sin p, so minus plus there. Okay, again here I will get minus. If I take the minus common, minus cancel, again I will get the same. Since you know the cos of minus theta, that is the cos of minus p is cos p only, same again I will get the same one here. So therefore, since f of minus p is equal to f of p, the integrand is an even function. In that case, I can write minus infinity to infinity as a 2 into, okay, 2 into integral 0 to infinity. So p cos p minus sin p by p cube into cos p by 2 dp is equal to minus 3 pi by 8. Okay, so now if I take this 2 to the right side, so what happens? That implies integral 0 to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube into cos p by 2 dp is equal to minus 3 pi by 16. Okay, so now since in the given problem is asking in terms of x, and of course it is a definite integral, we can change these variables. Okay, so for that I just putting p is equal to x in this. So if I put p is equal to x in this, for the integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x by x cube into cos x by 2 dx is equal to minus 3 pi by 16. This is the first evaluation asking to prove. For the second one, in order to prove the second one, okay, so we'll try to put here, putting x is equal to 0 in 1. Okay, put x is equal to 0 in 1. So 1 is this is the 1. Okay, this is the one equation number 1. Put x is equal to 0 in that. Putting x is equal to 0, there I will get here 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity minus 4 by p cube into p cos p minus sin p into dp is equal to 1. So that implies again minus infinity to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube dp is equal to minus pi by 2. Now again, since it is an even function, so this can be written as 2 into integral 0 to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube dp is equal to minus pi by 2. So that implies integral 0 to infinity p cos p minus sin p by p cube dp is equal to, taking the 2 to the right side, it's minus pi by 4. Now put p is equal to x, since they are asking the result in terms of x. Put p is equal to x, that implies integral 0 to infinity x cos x minus sin x by x cube dx is equal to minus pi by 4. Or if I take that minus common, and the result can be taken like this also, that is integral 0 to infinity sin x minus x cos x by x cube dx is equal to pi by 4. I hope you understand. Okay, thank you.